Life in Destin here is a dream. We're talking scenic beaches like we have out here in Noriega Point today. We've got active days, we've got shops, really good food, just everything that you want to see and experience here in Destin. And what you're probably wondering what's this like as a local, right? So if you're thinking about moving to Destin, here's what it really looks like as far as cost of living and everything else that we need to know here in Destin. So stick around, guys. We got all that data coming up. We are in beautiful Noriega Point. This is actually one of the places here that they are redoing. They've actually had this project going on for quite some time now. They've got a couple of different coves, like you can see behind me here, that they've put together, and they're building out bathrooms, extra parking. Finding the parking was absolutely atrocious, But while we are walking down here, I guess so many facts here, I had to put it on a sheet, guys. So I do have my cheat sheet with me, but I want to talk a little bit about Destin. If you don't know where this is, if you haven't vacationed here, you haven't checked it out, guys, come down. It is beautiful. You got to come check this thing out. What we're looking at is Destin is right in the smack middle of the Emerald Coast. And if you don't know what that is, that's that area between Pensacola and Panama City Beach, right? So it's our destination place. You got it. Yep, even a fun pun right there. Obviously, we get a lot of tourists that come down here. Absolutely love that. Helps grow our economy here. But if you're coming here to live, we do have a nice community here as well to be able to enjoy. So if you're wondering, it's not that big of a community here in Destin. It's only around 14,000 people, really, from the census from last year. Now, if you're thinking, hey, we're going to a tourist town, it's going to be a beach town, the prices are going to be hiked up, you'd be right. Overall, though, for the cost of living for this area, it's not that bad. It really isn't. So let's kind of talk about it. So Destin overall scores about a 122 on that index. And what that means is an index of 100 actually means that it's average. Like across the United States, 100 is average. So it's only 122. Now, if I really updated that with the average sales price for homes out here, it may be a little bit bigger, but that's what we're seeing. That is still 22% higher than the national average. But say you're coming from New York, like I did, or California, or any of those places, Colorado, this is gonna seem super cheap for you to move out here. Let's talk about the median house prices. I could tell you right now that they are about 87% above the national average. What does that actually mean? It means that you can still find homes around here, probably 400 to 500,000, but they're just gonna be very average in comparison to everything else out here. The average or median price that you're gonna find for single family homes is around 800,000. That might not seem a lot to you. It may seem like a ridiculous amount for you. There are surrounding communities that you can move in to be able to get into like a 300,000, 400,000 in a really nice home there. So just know if you're looking to rent out here, if you're looking for that 1-bedroom apartment, you're gonna be looking to spend probably about 1,900 bucks a month. That's on average. It actually technically is 1,841, 13% above the national average. Now, talking about taxes, Florida gets its taxes from its tourists. That's why we love you guys. But we don't have any income tax. So for work, you don't have to worry about income tax. So this is one of the great benefits that you have moving here to Destin, or just here in Florida in general. Also, becoming a resident here, you also have the opportunity to get a homestead exemption. So if you purchase a house here and you say that this is your home, right? You can apply for it, and basically it will take your tax assessed value down $50,000 for married and $25,000 if you're single. And you can't go up on taxes more than 3%. So it protects you as the consumer, as the homeowner, to enjoy this beautiful place. I just want to stop and kind of show you guys around. This is just so cool. I'm gonna pause here just to kind of see behind me. You can see that they're actually building stairs to go over the dunes. If you've ever been out here, you can't get on these dunes, right? They're always roped off, and they're like, no, you can't go through it because it can deteriorate, and all of this is true, right? But now you could be able to take shortcuts to go over the top. We used to have to walk all the way around, which is what I had to do anyway because of the construction out here, because they're building all this stuff out. But yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I'm really, really excited for the parking, the bathrooms, my goodness. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to walk around a little bit so I can show you some of the homes that you're gonna see out here in Destin. All right, guys, let's talk about the different types of homes and prices that we have out in Destin. So over here, we got East Pass Tower behind me for condos, and we've got a slew of townhomes, especially down here off of Noriega Point. There are a bunch of here throughout the community that seem a bit more affordable than your single family homes if you're trying to stay under $1 million. Sometimes it's not. So a lot of these ones here, especially with access to Noriega Point with the updates that I'm sure you've been hearing me talk about, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But throughout town, whether you're looking to get across the way, that's across Destin Harbor behind me, you're going to be looking at a median price range around $450,000, but up to $800,000. Your single family home median is up to $800,000. So the reason is because of just the large disparity between Gulfront properties and ones that are sitting on the bay and those that are sitting in Old Destin, right? But these condos, the things that we're going to be looking for, first of all, are they warranted condos? What the hell does that mean, Tim? That means that you can use certain products to purchase, like FHA, VA, those type of products in there. But most of these ones are not going to be that way. They're going to be unwarranted, which means that we can only use conventional options. Now, if you are looking to purchase one of these things, okay, you're going to want to get a local lender that has lended to these before, or these escrows, which is that time from purchase to actually owning, can go extra long because all the extra steps, and they just don't know what the heck's going on in these units. Other things that you should really pay attention to as well is if there's any assessments coming up, there's milestone markers, there's a bunch of stuff. Guys, if you have questions about this, you're looking to move to this area, you're looking to get into condos or anything else, reach out to me, give me a call or text. I'm happy to walk you through the specifics. But in any case, you've got those different ones. We've got the ones out there that are going to be on the bay that usually have boat slips, okay? You'll have some out here on the harbor with the same thing. That's typically the attraction. Now, the ones on the beach or have access to the beach, clearly that's going to be the big draw there. And the ones on the beach, people have asked which ones rent out better. Well, most of the time people are coming here for the attractions, which are that, unless you're going to be renting out a boat slip at the same time, they're going to want access to the water. It's really up to you on what you want to do and how much you want to spend in order to get that ROI if you're looking to live in this part-time and rent it out the rest. These are some of the really nice units here off of Highway 98, really good. You can check out other units too. You can see in other videos, guys, that will come up at the end of this video, or check out on our channel that has places like Sterling Shores that I did a walkthrough for that condo. And you can see that it isn't right on the water, but it has access to the water, like across the street. And that way you're not paying the extra, probably a couple $100,000 for the same access that you would where something is actually on the water, right? So these are some factors that I would definitely take into consideration when you're going ahead and looking at condos. Townhomes usually don't have that big HOA. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's the old sound of freedom back there of, looks like some F-35s flying through the sky. One of those other cool things that you get to experience here with Eglin Air Force Base being right next to us. But anyway, that's what you're going to be looking at for townhomes. Typically don't have the same sort of high HOAs that you're going to find with your condo unit, but you're responsible for everything, and it most likely doesn't have all the amenities that you were looking for as well. So just keep that in mind when looking between a townhome and your condo units here. We'll go ahead and move on to our luxury waterfront here in a moment. All right, now I wanted to show you some of these luxury waterfront properties. This is one of the floodplains out here on the Noriega Point side of Destin. The jetties are, of course, right over here. You can actually access these through some public access points. But I wanted to show you some of the luxury homes. We're talking multi-million-dollar homes that you can see just up here off of the floodplain. Now, the good news is that they have just a straight shot right on over there to the beach that everybody keeps like absolutely loving. Obviously, that's the one part that we're going in here. You can see over here too where all those blue beach umbrellas are. That's one of the access points here. This is actually a pretty private beach that not a lot of people go to, but now you guys know about it, so you can go check it out. Make sure to follow this trail that I followed to get down here. But guys, you can see the back end of some of these other ones, and you'll see some other ones that are off of Gulf Shore Drive that we'll go ahead and check out as well in our little driving tour. But you can see off in the distance, some of these homes are going to be close to probably around 2 million out here. It could be as low as like 1.1, but you could be up to 5 to 10 to 24 million, depending upon where and exactly how big it is. Lots of options, some amazing homes, guys, some absolutely amazing homes. If you're in that market, let me go ahead and show you some of these things. With that being said, we have other communities here in Destin that aren't here on the water or maybe on the bay side for you guys to check out. The big ones are Kelly Plantation. Now this is north of Highway 98, so it's going to be on the bay side. Lots of different communities in here, guys. There's also more videos about specifically this community. Again, check that out on our channel. Give us a call or text. I'll talk to you all about them, okay? But I love that community. I've sold some houses out to some great people in that community as well. They've got condos, they've got townhomes, they've got all sorts of different things inside there. There's also a condo complex to go ahead and check out as well. And that has views of not only the Gulf because it's so high, but it also has lifeguards going by. But it also has these penthouse suites that will see the bay side and the Gulf side right next to a golf course. It's the best you could ask for in the area. Of course, they're a bit pricey. Now, the next outside of that is going to be Regatta Bay, and that's just a little bit further east. Not as many neighborhoods are broke out, but still equally as beautiful. Some of the estates and manors that they have there are absolutely breathtaking. So guys, definitely something to go check out, to see in there. Again, if you guys have questions about it, reach out to me, give us a call or text. Anything here in Destin or our surrounding areas, we got you. We got you. One other thing I wanted to talk about is utilities, since we're talking about cost of living out here. Utilities for your condo unit, I typically average those out, especially if you're going to be renting these things out where people want your balcony open and the AC on full blast, is upwards somewhere around $200 to maybe $300 a month in the hot season. So we're talking July and August. The rest of the time is going to be lower. I usually average it out around $200, and that's averaging a bit high for your condo units, and it depends on how big it is. For your single family homes, again, depending upon the size, you're going to be looking somewhere around $400-ish. 411 is what I have down here for your overall bills, looking for utilities. So what you'll be looking for, internet, we've got Live Oak, which is fiber, and Cox Communication is out here for your cable. FPL for our power out here. For gas, you're gonna have Okaloosa Gas if you have gas to your homes. Now, not all of them do, but if you do, that's what we're looking for. So you can account some of those things in. Again, if you're in a condo, some of these things to include your water, right? Trash pickups, things like that could already be included in your HOA fee. Same thing with townhomes. Again, make sure to get that information prior to investing in these units or moving in here full time. Next, let's talk about groceries. So we're outside a Whole Foods market in Destin. If you are looking for health food stores, you've got this one, and you also have Fresh Market. There are some different ones that you can go to. So if you are actually looking for the prices for what it's going to cost for groceries around here, it's actually 4.7% below the national average. Now that is probably if you're going to go to Publix or Winn-Dixie or Walmart. If you're shopping here at Whole Foods, it's probably going to be about maybe a little bit more. But it actually is pretty affordable than most of the other cities here. So as a single adult, you're probably looking at around $300 to $500 per week, or I'm sorry, well, maybe if you're eating out a lot, about per month. And for about a family of four, it's about $1,200 to $1,400. Again, if you are looking to get more organic and things like that, obviously it's going to be much, much higher. But some tips that you can use when going out to these different places, just head to the local farmers market. You know, that March in through the May timeframe is actually a great opportunity to go find those. You're not going to find a whole ton in Destin, but in the surrounding cities, you'll be able to go there. Baker has some of the best ones that you're going to find around. In June and August, we're going to have the top part of the sales season here, so expect that prices for things around here, they're certainly going to go up. And of course, November to December, look out for those holiday deals that you're going to see. The buy one, get ones are a big one that they see over in Winn-Dixie. So if you have any questions about this, for where to go shopping or where to position yourself for the stores that are going to be mattering the most to you, guys, reach out to us. If you got some questions, put them in here in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Let's take a look. All right, guys, let's chat about transportation. So I'm stuck in Destin traffic right now on Highway 98, as you will get used to if you decide to move out here. But just talking about transportation and the cost, it's about 11.3% lower than the national average, which isn't really that bad. Really benefiting just from shorter commutes and just lower gas prices. My parents actually came down from New York a few weeks ago and just were like, whoa, look how low the gas prices here are in Destin. And I'm like, yeah. But one thing that you'll notice here, we don't have a whole lot of public transportation. It does exist. It's just not very common that people are using them, and it's not very evident, right? It's not a good bus system. Pretty typical, I guess, for Florida. Having a personal vehicle is pretty common and pretty essential for getting around. And it's mainly just due to public transit. Because of that too, if you're gonna go out and start doing things, the parking is free in most areas, except for really congested areas like in Old Destin, where we were down by the harbor docks. Once people realized that they could make money from parking, it just went crazy. And that happened about 5, maybe 6 years ago when that took over. But it could be as low as $5 for the day. It could be as much as $20 or maybe even more. I wouldn't put it past them. Looking into insurance for this area, mainly for your vehicle insurance. It could be around, and it depends on what type of driver you are, where you get your insurance from, but probably around $1,800 a year. And this is typically just higher due to this coastal location, hurricane risk, things like that. A really good system that they do have here that works incredibly well is going to be your Uber and Lyft options there. Uber is definitely the higher class version to go. Lyft is a little janky, I guess would be the best word for that. When it comes to rideshare, but it usually is a bit cheaper. And if you're out somewhere like in Mary Esther or someplace that doesn't have a lot of attractions that bring people to it, Lyft might be another option for you. Now you can also rent cars. You can rent cars from the airport over at VPS. That seems to be the most popular. There are some other places around where they'll have different rental car shops that aren't there, but that's what most people are doing. The average that you're going to see is about $50 to $90 a day. Now that doesn't include all the extras that are on there. It depends upon the vehicle, and of course it depends upon the season. You're going to come down and rent a vehicle. Say you got folks coming in town and friends. If they're going to be doing that, just know that the season really makes a big difference. Honestly, you're going to save a lot more money if you just do rideshare, and more than likely in Destin, you're going to be able to find one with a reasonable amount of time for it to get there. Now, I'm excited to talk to you about the next one. Is biking and walking around. So the walkability for Destin is decent, and I mean decent, right? There are 3 different places that you can go. So we went down to Old Destin, which is West Destin, right? That's where the Harbor Walk is, and that's where, McGuire's, which is the big Irish place that's out there. Really cool place. I should have showed you that too. Maybe in my next video. If you want me to show that to you, put it in the comments here below, okay? But all the restaurants and things, there's good walkability in the Harbor Walk area, mainly because they've got the whole Harbor Walk there all the way up into about Marina Cafe is a decent walk, or Beauchamp's where we were earlier. Decent places that you could walk from basically the harbor all the way up to that point, and it's not too far. Now, everything else you're going to need to get some sort of transportation out to, such like the Destin Commons if you want to go shopping or go to restaurants, or have the kiddos go out to the splash pad that's out there. You could bike. There are sidewalks in most areas around Destin, so you should be pretty good to go there. However, I do want to tell you that they are finishing up, as the date of this video, I just saw them finishing up. They have a bike path from Destin Bridge all the way down into Okaloosa Island. That's about 6 miles or so each way of double wide bike trails. Now, that's untouched beach. You're not going by anything really, except for beach access points. Super cool to rent a bike, pack up your day to go out there and just have a good time on your self-propelled motion. Now, it does get hot, so if you are doing this stuff, just make sure to bring plenty of water, okay? Because you'll get dehydrated pretty quick with the heat if you're really working it. I will tell you, because of the amount of sand, if you're going to rollerblade or something like that, probably not the best path to go on, but you do you, okay? But there are some things. You can get some good bike rentals. There's not too many around here. It's not overly popular like it is like in 30A or someplace like that, but you can get them for about 15 to 25 bucks a day, or even 75 to 100 bucks for the week, depending upon what you want to do. But if you're going to be down towards Crystal Beach in that area, that's some good walkability as well for you guys to go check out. All right, but if you guys want to know more about the transportation, where to live to get access to the things that you're going to be doing the most, guys, hit me up. Give us a call, text. We got your back. We'll get you and I to talk on the phone, via Zoom, whatever it takes, so that you have the best information, whether you're looking to move here permanently or buy a little piece of paradise. Let's go. All right, guys, that's all that I have for you for the cost of living when you're living here in Destin and our local surrounding areas. Hey, I hope you got some good information and a good understanding of what it takes to be a part-time owner or full-time owner here in Destin. Guys, if you have any questions or are really interested in getting going, please reach out to me. You'll talk to me directly, all right? We'll talk about the specifics and the things that you guys need to know when moving here and to make this piece of paradise a little bit of yours. But don't go away just yet. We actually have more videos about this area, more beautiful B-roll for you guys to see, of the beaches, of the different types of condos, the different types of homes. So check these out, pros and cons, anything else. We got hundreds of videos here on the channel. They'll be popping up here below. So guys, go check it out. And I look forward to seeing you in our next videos. All right, take care.